So, in the stylish purple trunks up to the northwest here of Nimbus Ladder Edition, it's the one and only INnoVation playing Terran for Team Acer. And is currently up 2-0 against his opponent, who is, by the looks of it, not getting too rexed this game, although who knows. To the northeast position in the blue trunks for Team Startail, playing Zerg in its life.
INnoVation currently up 2-0. I mean, like I said, I don't think Life will go pool first. Oh, well, never mind. Forget everything I said. Oh, never mind. He's just okay. I thought we were about to say he just a drone trick. Yeah, some people do that.
Yep.
It's got to be a 15 hatch, but I hope that he scouts for 2 racks for the drone this time. Usually the drone leaves the base at around. Usually it's 12 supply. But it doesn't look like he's going to. I guess he's just going to 15 hatch again. Maybe he'll 15 pool. I really don't think he'll 15 pool though.
I think he's come to the conclusion that INnoVation isn't going to do that again.
Do it a third time in a row.
Yeah, it's like, there's no way you're doing that to me again, brah. Absolutely not. But I think the situation is that he's a bit worried that INnoVation is mind-gaming him and trying to force him into a suboptimal opener, and Life's just going to have none of that. He's going to go, as you said, for the 15 hatch, the more optimal, and he is not going to go for the earlier pool. And heck, I actually wouldn't be 100% surprised to see him go gas before pool here. But who knows? The overall positioning is pretty good. I mean, there are still plenty of positions you could place a 2 racks on, but I think he's probably safe in the knowledge now that that's not going to happen, and it will be gas before pull. So yeah, there you go. That's the confidence. I think Life has figured out the mind game.
The mind game. This is like a it's like you ever look into, like, you remember like the Prisoner's Dilemma and like the logical defeat of those when you recursively follow it back to, like, so it's like, are we like seeing that play out in real time? Like, how many times will you 2 racks me in a row? If this is a best of 9, how many 2 racks in a row would INnoVation have to do for Life not to open with this greedy build? But I mean, he did it. INnoVation didn't 2 racks this time, so just a standard Reaper opener.
Good. We're going to have a game on our hands, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like watching INnoVation stutter step micro. It's always beautiful. But in this case, it would be nice to see something go a little bit beyond the 7-minute mark. Command center here up in the pocket expansion for INnoVation. It's always nice. And, of course, the Reaper for map control. So, I mean, everything's looking kind of peachy for both players, but it's looking a little healthier for Life since he was able to get away with that gas. So that's going to be a nice early speed. There we go, and he takes the drones completely out of gas as soon as he's done that.
Should have, we shouldn't see any drone side. That one coming out of the gas might actually, though. Yep. Typically what you see, the drones here is there you go. Usually they're making spore callers or extractors, something to just keep them alive. And we do see Life moving the drones around, trying to do that. Needs to not get too greedy here. I don't know why he keeps trying to hide in the extractor. The drones do come out after a while.
They do, yeah. I mean, it gives you a few seconds, certainly, and it means that INnoVation then has to focus fire again, most likely. But, yeah, it's a bit wonky. Lovely pick-off, but, I mean, he's got to lose the Reaper, though.
Sure.
For 2 kills. I mean, losing the Reaper at that point is a bit unfortunate. I mean, that does... he's blind now, let's be honest, and he's not going to build another Reaper, so the map control goes into the hands of the Zerg there. And especially with another CC on the way here for INnoVation, it's definitely a bit unfortunate. Where's Life's 3rd hatchery, and what to the point, when is it going to be? I mean, he's up against the triple orbital build here. We're still seeing no sign of a 3rd hatch.
I think usually that 3rd hatch, especially since he got link speed, probably not going to start till about 6 or 6:30, assuming he's not doing any wonky 2-base play.
Yeah. That's not going to be great for him, though, considering how greedy INnoVation went off the back of that, and surprisingly enough kind of got away with it, even after losing his Reaper. But he's looking fine. I mean, the pocket expansion is untouchable for the Zerg at this point. An attempt to place the 3rd could be difficult, but once INnoVation's got enough Hellions on the map, I would imagine that he should be fairly safe to move out. And of course, he's not going to move the CC out for a while anyway, because he wants to saturate that natural with SCVs before he does it.
For sure. Right now, it's really important that Life gets his creep spread out to his 3rd. So that he can defend it when INnoVation does move out with those Hellions. And I'm actually a little bit nervous. We're pretty deep into this game, 6.5 minutes, and there's not a single creep tumor on the map for Life. Especially playing against somebody like INnoVation. I mean, even in ZVT, you live and die by your creep spread. If you don't have creep spread, then you just kind of die to everything. Your banelings are pretty much completely ineffective. It's much harder to pin things down with your Zerglings. Like, everything is bad. The map vision, you'll never see a Terran just walk across, miles of creep to go and attack a Zerg, and there's a reason for it. So to see the game at this point and for there to be no creep spread by life is pretty awkward to me, especially considering
My big concern about that is as well that he's getting stim reasonably early. He's not like taking up straight into starport, so it seems to me like he wants to apply pressure. He's going to have 7 Marines. He's going to have probably like 11 or 12 with stim, except for the fact that he just got supply blocked, which is definitely very unusual there for INnoVation. And he's already cleaned up a good amount of lings, and as you mentioned, without creep, it's going to be very difficult to kill off stimmed Marines, even with Zergling speed.
Yeah, for sure. We do have a decent number of queens out here for life. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the front. So he'll be able to hold off at the very least the Hellions. A couple of lings running by here.
Yep, they're going to go after the plates. There's not really much else. They're going to see the Marines at the top and probably scout that tech lab spinning up. But the tech lab's almost done. It really should have been more Marines, but because of the supply block and the desire to get the upgrades, he was delayed a little bit there. But just have about 8 or 9 Marines, and he didn't lose a Hellion yet. So there's 6 Hellions plus that with stim versus only 13 Zerglings while he's building a round of drones. And the Baneling Nest only just starts, so this is a good opportunity for INnoVation here.
Yeah, for sure. And these Hellions going to peek in. I don't know if he wants to actually go in on the creep. He's probably going to wait for
Not at the moment. He seems like he just wants to defend his third base, which I'm fine with that as well. I think maybe there was an opportunity to pressure, maybe kill a couple of queens at the front line there. But he doesn't know how many lings are available. He doesn't know... he now knows about the Baneling Nest after the scan. He's probably kicking himself saying, oh, I could have probably gone in there and poked a bit there. But he still has 6 Hellions for that purpose. So it's not the worst thing to ever happen.
Yeah, it's always scary running into a Zerg base, even if you do scout a later Baneling Nest, because if they do have lings hidden somewhere, you're going to lose all of your Hellions for free, and that's never a good feeling. Although, to be honest, one of the most important things about these early Hellions is kind of using them to deny Zerg creep spread. Usually you see these plus a Reaper or 2, you know, assuming you didn't lose them in the early game, kind of sitting outside the Zerg creep. But he's not actually doing anything at all to stop Life from getting all these tumors out here. I don't know if he's killed a single tumor with those Hellions, unless I missed it earlier. It looked like Life was putting it on all the tumors pretty easily.
Didn't look like it, as far as I can tell. What a lineup! Look at this! Like, he's lined up all 3 upgrades at exactly the same time. That is machine-like efficiency there from INnoVation. It's unfortunate that he doesn't seem to have a timing that goes along with it, but it looks cool. Well, he's going to move out on the map now. Combat shield. 1-1 is done. 1-1 just finished for life, though, so... But, I don't know. This is I'm not 100% convinced about this push. He does have a couple of medevacs, so he does have some evac potential, but like you pointed out earlier, the creep spread wasn't really denied, so this could be dangerous, and the engagement's coming in right now. And he pushes it back. Not too disastrous for INnoVation yet. He loses the Hellions, which is not too bad, but here comes the second attempt, Life trying to get the surround and the pickup, and off he goes. Did the job.
Yep.
So, yeah, Life holds that without too much of a problem.
Creep pretty scary there, but there is no Baneling speed yet, so INnoVation was safe to push maybe a little bit more greedily onto the creep there than you'd expect to see a Terran do against that many Banelings. But now that Baneling speed is done, INnoVation's not going to get to poke in like that again. I wonder, it looks like this drop might fly around and try to drop, yeah, the 4th? I thought it was going to go to the natural, but he'll probably try to poke the 4th while he's poking with his army up front at the same time. See how Life
responds. I imagine he will.
Dual harass.
Well, he gets a free queen, which is always nice, but of course there are now mutas on the map, so he wants to be a little bit careful with that. There's the attack on the 4th, cleaned up nice and quickly, and the mutas are chasing this down as well. There will be a landing in the Pocket Expo, so that's going to be a couple of dead mutalisks. Not what you want there for Life. He doesn't really have the counter mutas to make that work at this point. That's a decent position.
Sniping that final muta that came in too, even with all the links coming in. That was really nice of INnoVation.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and there's really not enough mutas to safely chase this down simply due to the number of Marines, and that muta almost goes down as well. I mean, this is not the kind of mutalist control that you expect from Life, but the lings are now in. They will be able to clean up some of this drop, but that was very effective there by INnoVation.
I wonder if that Corruptor is intentional or if that was a misclick.
It's hard to say. I mean,
Corruptors to kill medevacs, I don't know.
Generally, you don't do that. They're not really fast enough, and more to the point, they don't do enough damage per second to effectively chase those units down. But after losing so many mutas, maybe you just build a Corruptor just to tank the damage. It's a bit hard to say. It may have been a misclick, as you said. There's the spread. Baneling detonation wasn't exactly fantastic. Widowmine's now coming into position with Drilling Claws. I'm always so unhappy to see those Widowmines so close to the Marines, but none of them actually end up going off. So INnoVation's fine, and he gets a decent enough fight.
Yeah, Life was just kind of letting his Banelings just kind of waddle in there. They were getting shot, and then as soon as the aggression went up, they would just kind of follow in. So I don't know if those Baneling hits were all intentional or not. It was like 1 or 2 Banelings killing 1 or 2 Marines, but... Nice, that was a really good Baneling hit by Life on the creep there.
Alright, well that should clean him up for the time being. That was the world's worst Widowmine shot. That,
Another
on the
drop.
other hand, was pretty good.
Another
We'd
drop
like to
going
see
in
that.
at the top of the 3rd here. 2 full medevacs drop.
Decent amount of damage. Banelings will clean most of that up, and that should... Oh, there's a Widowmine detonation. Hard to even figure out what that actually hit. I'm going to assume everything, but it looks like INnoVation is going to lose some of those units.
Yeah, maybe not too many of them. Oh, those are Changeling Marines.
Yeah, those aren't real, unfortunately. Yeah. But he does have a huge amount of mines. I don't blame him. With the current mine buff, it seems like a good idea, but there's a point, I think, where the mines become more risky to use when you have so many of them. Lings are sent into trigger, and with the enhanced splash damage, you end up losing Marines to them more so than anything else. We've seen quite a lot of that recently, including actually in many of Pult's games yesterday. You see it right there, a lot of friendly fire going in, not actually hitting Banelings, hitting Marauders at the front, weakening the Terran forces more so than anything else. You can't just keep building mines unless your positioning is very, very good. Another attempt to push towards the 4th base, that's going to get shut down. And in the meantime, what we're going to see is INnoVation lose a bunch of units at the front for no apparent reason. A bunch of Marauders have just simply been caught out. Good control there by Life, realizing, let's just pull them back.
Big muted ball of Life attacking the natural of INnoVation at the top. That's probably why he lost his units. He wasn't watching.
Devastating hits. 13, 14 SCVs going down. There's the 15th. I mean, there's no real way that INnoVation should have allowed that to happen. Now he's building a turret after losing 15 SCVs, but that was a crucial counter-strike there for Life, who has been very much on the defensive, but you can't fight those. I mean, the upgrades for these Marines are ridiculous. He's about to have 3-3 so incredibly quickly here.
Yeah, and that's not... When you're fighting 3-3 into 2-2, that's just nothing that you ever want to do as a Zerg player. Usually that marks the beginning of the end if you're in a position where your opponent can grab 3-3 and you can't, because his units are just going to be so much more cost-effective. Looks like there was a little drop in the natural of Life. I don't think he lost too much there. 14 workers killed for INnoVation, so no massive economic damage yet.
No, not really. I'm still concerned about these 15 Widowmines. I'm convinced that they're going to be doing more damage to the Terran player here. And I think Life is the kind of player who has the control to exploit that. But we'll see what it goes. We've got the Marauders at the front here. Here come the Banelings. The Widowmines do eliminate them, taking a couple of Marines with them as well. And Life trying to hold on with 0-1 mutas against... That's going to be 3-3 Marines in about 20 seconds. So that's not a fight that I would personally want to take. And Life is trying to get the engagement he needs, getting a good surround. In come the Banelings. He's able to crush it and drive it away. Takes a couple of hits from the Widowmines, but clears up most of the field. That's actually killed over 10 Widowmines there, so that's really, really nice. And he's going to get medevacs for free here.
Yeah, it's really nice too. I think he got maybe 4 or 5? 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, give or take.
Number, yeah.
But now 3-3 Marines are going to push out.
Yep.
So this is not where the Mutalists want to be.
And INnoVation probably going to push really aggressively here because he sees the Banelings morphing, or maybe not. He might not know when they're going to be finishing, so... Burrows all 3 Widowmines in the same spot. Probably not the best of ideas. Oh, all those Widowmines might go down because of the Banelings, and they do. So, yeah, not the best of grouping there.
No, we're going to see some good splits, certainly, from INnoVation, but I don't think it necessarily matters with the amount of Banelings that are going to be thrown out.
Oh my god, what happened? Did he just manually detonate those?
I believe he did. There was no Widowmine there, so that was really
that was like 10
terrible there for Life.
Yeah, there was like 10 Banelings on one Marauder. That would have been enough to clean up the rest of this attack. Oh man, and now he's only got 2 Banelings morphing for the rest of the forces coming in. I think INnoVation is just going to stream in here until the game is over.
Yeah, I mean, it's full on parade now for INnoVation. He's just going to produce 3 Widowmines, 10 Marines, 3 Marauders at a time. That was a critical micro mistake there by Life, which has cost him dearly. These mutas can't fight against 3-3 Marines. It's not going to happen if they try, and he's diving on them right now because he knows he doesn't have a choice in the matter. But this is looking pretty grim here for Life. He may be able to shove this back, but can he shove back the continued aggression? He's bleeding off Mutalisks here pretty badly as the ground forces have been eliminated. More units come in. The Widowmine count is pretty low, so Life may be able to force this back with sheer force of will here. But where does he go? I mean, he's stuck on Lair Tech, and INnoVation has 3-3, and he's not going to stop.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like the tumble downhill where the Zerg just kind of... Usually the Zerg kind of slowly starts to lose the game. Although INnoVation is kind of slipping on supply. It's 130 to 140 supply. Life is somehow holding on a little bit. Is that the same corruptor from the beginning of the game that he made on accident?
I believe so, yes. Pretty sure that is... So, he's been MVP. He's actually got 3 kills. And since he can only shoot at air, that means he's killed 3 medevacs on his own. That's just an incredible performance there from him. But unfortunately, the Banelings aren't matching up to the Corruptor's performance, and they're not getting the hits they need. This is getting uglier and uglier. I mean, the Mutacat's now down to 13. He's managed to push through to a base. He's trying to bring Widowmines in. If anything, his Widowmine count is now critically low. That's the one thing Life really has going for him.
And the medevac count is actually pretty low as well. Only 4 medevacs on field.
Yeah, with low energy too. I mean, this has been a sustained push here from INnoVation, and Life is starting to push this back, but this is like the ugly kind of Zerg supply that I don't like. Like, where you're down to about 120, 130 supply, that's where you think it is a Zerg. Uh-oh, I don't know. Do I have enough here? He's lost a lot of drones in the process. The push will not stop. INnoVation has no reason to stop the push at this point, because there's no way Life can transition out of this. He needs to keep building units. He's building drones off the line. If anything, the mine count is still very low. Good surround here by Life, but he is losing 13 drones in the process.
Yeah, when you're surrounding 3 Marines with drones, it's usually not a good. Man, that was really disappointing.
That was a bop.
The Banelings exploding. I wonder how much that would have made a difference. I'm not sure. I mean, he was already kind of behind, but watching all, like, there was like 10 Banelings there that just blew up on a Marauder for no reason. So INnoVation takes that, like, really quick 3-0. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know, that definitely seemed like Life was a bit off, especially in that game. Like, you saw Life was starting to wake up and really get it together by the 3rd game, but then you just had those crucial micro mistakes. He was engaging fairly well against the mines, and in fact, the mines didn't really play too much of a part in the later part of the game, but that was a very greedy, very tech-orientated build from INnoVation, just getting that 3-3 out so damn fast, pushing out with the 1-1, continuing to apply pressure. As soon as he gets the 2-2, he gets the big concerted shove again. He gets that advantage. The Muta counterattack was good, but once the pressure started coming in from INnoVation and never stopped, the Mutas had no choice but to pull back and defend, which is never where you want Mutalisks to be. You know, you want them chasing medevacs and you want them killing SCVs. You don't want them fighting over 3-3 Marines.
For sure. We're going to hop into a quick intermission. I'm going to restart my stream stuff. Apparently, I don't know why, but the stream is lagging very bad. I don't even... that last game...
Yeah, apparently there's some definite drops there.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm gonna restart the stream and I'll try to choose another server. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys.